Everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing Abzan Control, and yes, I know I do not know how to spell Abzan. I am really goofy, and I misspelled it, chat, so don't worry about it. It's fine. My dog's attacking me. It's okay. Everything's fine. But I'm going to make this very quick. I go over pretty much every card in the outro if you're interested, but the thing I do say, I leave it in because I started it out, it showed up in the first match, is I do cut this temporary lockdown. It's not supposed to be in there. It's supposed to be 2 pass. I, for whatever reason, put a lockdown in, and I had it in my hand with 2 Beanstalks in play, and I said, that seems like a really bad idea. So I just pitched it to a march. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and hop into the games. I don't have a whole lot of time. The kind of same rule from yesterday applies, in which I'm recording quickly because we were having some bad weather. There was a possible chance of a power outage, so I'm trying to get these videos out while I have the time, because when my power goes out, it's like 3 to 5 days sometimes to get that thing back on. So I want to make sure I have videos uploaded. So outside of that, let's just go ahead and hop into the games. Alrighty, everyone, welcome. And here we go. We are going to keep this. We're going to latch onto this hand pretty reasonably, I think. If we find a green, we get our Beanstalk down. We have double removal. We have Realm Breaker. We have the Sunfall. We just really have to hit our lands against Mr. Dwayne here. I do think we go ahead and use our Virtue here. Okay. We have to Surveil after this. I think we go ahead and use our Virtue, get 1 less creature on the battlefield. We don't have a March to hold up for this clue here. So there's not really a reason to sit around. Like, go for the third is not necessarily as good here. Alright, well, they got a flash creature that actually gives us some time. We're fine with that. Now we can stop a Gleeful. I'm going to take pretty much any land on the top because of this card being so strong here. Flash in your creature. Oh, they're sacking the clue. Okay, we bought even more time. It does make me a little bit more nervous that this is like a Packle version of the deck. But we'll see. Okay. Okay. I do think I go ahead and hit this with the go for the throw. I could obviously exile, but I'm down with kind of just chilling here for a second. Playing additional land. I could pitch the Sunfall if needed, but I'm going to play this and just be mana efficient. Not really what we want, as it's not really going to hit our opponent for much. Gotta kind of figure that they're not going to hit that land. Here comes the Warden, though. Warden might tap and scry, which buys us an additional turn. We're going to see a Knight here. If they scry, we're feeling pretty good, but they do not. They do only scry for 3, so no other Knight possible here. But maybe they'll hit the thing regardless. Well, they don't, but they could still have one in hand. Kind of got to operate under that thought process here. Not pitching a Sunfall, because Sunfall's obviously really good in this next turn. They scry to the bottom. Take my turn. We miss a land. Brutal. Virtue this Warden right away. We'll let it set up to pace. If they were to scry on top, we would have activated the Realm Breaker right then and there. We're really just hoping there's no Warden here because they have double creature play. Then, ooh. Sure. I mean, this is a lot. Don't get me wrong. This is a lot of damage here. It definitely does not feel great. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tough. I think I just hold my March still. I know we have to take a lot more damage here because of it. But I hold it just in case they try to Gleeful Demolition this. Waldarian Epicure. Sure, we can still just wait till end step. Ill. At least we hit Sokazon. They already had a land in there for us anyway, so we're guaranteed our Sunfall regardless. Let's do it. But we do have to hopefully dodge. We really wanted a land there. We have to hopefully dodge Gleeful Demolition into the best card. It's still possible they can play a land. Doesn't seem that way right now. They do play land. What do you have? I do have a 7/7 on the back burner, though. That's pretty good for us. They played this earlier than probably they wanted to because they want to scry here, but I see it. Scry to the top. We can mill that away. They could blood cycle for it. They're going to. They already played a land, so they get that card in their hand. They're playing around this. All right, well, we get to do the best thing. We get to establish our Beanstalk. We find a robbery. We have a 7/7. We have a mill. We have a robbery, and we have 2 marches. So we got plenty of time to just kind of sit here for a minute. I don't really care if they scry, because I do have the Realm Breaker. There's a War Leader's Call. I can march the War Leader's Call. I do think my 7/7 in general should be gatekeeping here. I can't imagine I see an attack. I do. Okay. Maybe they have like an Abrade or something. A Stalker Frenzy maybe even. I'm going to block here while I can. 1 plus that, I can get rid of the War Leader's Call. Or I can just get rid of this token and then just keep this other march. I guess. Honestly, I'm not opposed to that. But then I could still get rid of the War Leader's Call next turn. I just take 2 damage here, go to 12. And unless they have in Ganjo, which there's 1 in here, or a Witch Stalker Frenzy. Yeah. I will take this trade in general. I think that's a very good trade for us. Other Sunfall. We could obviously robbery here. And we could trigger our Beanstalk. I think we just chill. We relax. Everybody calm down. Fine. We do have a land from their yard we can hit, but however, they both are legendary, I believe. Yeah, both their lands in their yard are legendary. Cool with 2 damage here. Let's just fire this off for 4. Give me your spells. From us, we're looking for a black march here. Draw Sunfall. You gonna try to Mirix me? I think I have a Mirix. Like, I guess. Like, I guess good thing I have a Mirix. I don't know. It's very weird. I could just play this, but I'm not very comfortable with doing that this turn. I think I just hold up this march. Yeah, I think I just chill and hold up to march. I have a very awkward situation here. Two, 3, 4. Just pay 1 extra in because I can. Gives me 2 mana. Sure. That off the battlefield. Take no damage off this. And weirdly enough, because I got really nothing going on, and I know I hit a lot of lands from them, I'm going to mill. Okay. I did hit away a Gleeful Demolition, which does make me happy. But I could be dead here. Doesn't seem that way. A little bit of flooding on our end here. I mean, I think I just have to Sunfall their board. Even though I'm not super confident about this play. But it is just what I have to do. Down's a good draw. This is very weird, and I think I have to. I'm going to go ahead and Gleeful Demolition this. And just make blockers. Not really going to win us a game anytime soon. So I'm perfectly fine with doing this. I think they have the Flash Creature, or they have Mirix activations. Of course. So let's just go. They try to Gleeful it. Oh, they do have the Flash guy as well. Very cool. We have exactly bring up the Incubate token and a cut down held up, which is why we had to play the mana the way we wanted to. I mean, that's reasonable. That's pretty good. Again, we can Sunfall again. It's definitely not against the law here for us. Relax, okay? They play 1. Okay. We get exactly block here. Or cut down here. Because if we wait, I guess this doesn't even get too big, right? I just throw 1 blocker. Dick. was really surprised. I thought they were going to just cycle for the backside there. Wow. They're a land away from doing it the other way, too. I think I got to get this cottage down. Get in there. Sunfall, do we draw something good? We just keep drawing lands. Got another 7/7. We do have, like, I can't complain too much. We've had a lot of good spells, but I think one march of Wretched Sorrow, I think we're pretty much locked in here. No, hey, no land, please. It's just tragic. I'm honestly gonna have to play land to flip this, or to trigger this. All right, hey, you remember that thing we said about March? We found it. Now we just have to kind of capitalize on it here. I don't want to play into a removal spell necessarily. I'm just gonna hold, and I'm gonna try to gain a ton of life on this turn. I'm waiting for them to fully commit. There's an Epic here. Sure. No War Leader's Call, so I'm not afraid. Like, I shouldn't be just dead to anything here. This does suck. Don't get me wrong. This is bad. Sure. Now they're obviously going to attack for a ton. Shouldn't have waited till an attack, because they have an Agonjo here. I'm actually in trouble. No, I don't know how much it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What? Math? 5, 11. So we do this for 9. So we could technically draw something. Like a cut down. Or I guess if we draw another Sorrow. We could draw a White March, I suppose. Another Beanstalk. Maybe not going to be the most helpful thing in the world. We're taking a ton of damage. Down to 5. Oh, it was right there. Tough. Tough, 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 tough. Yeah, so play a land from here. I can't even crew this up. I should have played my forest. A little bit of a mistake from me, but if I want to play this other Beanstalk, I can't bring that up anyway. Brutal. This one. Yeah, so we go ahead and fire this off. Deadly cover up. I say brutal, honestly, for them, not necessarily me. Double Beanstalk. We get a double draw here. And then we just exile these. The only thing really with haste. Packle is in the deck. Alright, sweet. And this one. So we took the other two out. Not really afraid of anything else, especially with the land on top. I'll play a Celestis. Definitely feel safe right now. Actually, I feel nothing. I'm not scared of anything. Sure. I mean, do I just like let them know? Cast this, I guess. Will mean stock draw. Yep. And we're chilling. Yeah. Here, 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 here. For 4. Now we can march with 1 white mana. We can march away this token if need be. And we'll just gain some life. Draw some more cards. They're sticking. I respect it, you know? They're sticking around. They have less cards than we do. Oh, yeah, because I steal them from them. Huh? That's correct. I do steal them from them. Again, both marchable. They could Gleeful Demolition me. But that's the thing I'm talking about, is like I have no fear of getting hasted. Sweet. Pay 0. Submit 0. Just don't have to worry about those. And you got to remember, I am virtuing and I'm bringing back creatures. So we bring this, it brings 2 creatures back, and I think that's going to be enough. And look, we found another land. Very cool. It didn't really matter too much because our robbery is going to be so high, or we can even play another virtue and then robbery. But now we do have the basic forest to play to bring up our cottage and attack and exile, and then it sets them to 4, I believe. Yeah, so it's a 2-turn clock. Even if they attack, we just play this forest here, bring this up, attack, stack the thing, gain 2 life. This gets 2 creatures in the way. Like, we're winning that game. Whatever I do, don't play the Merrics. Whatever I do, don't play the Merrics. On a red? Kinda. Confusion. Pain. They're like, you can cast March and do nothing. And I'm good. Thank you. Beanstalk will be very crucial. Path to Peril. Very cool. Do we have the other black mana? Absolutely not. Do we need it? Probably. But am I going to tell my opponent? No. You tell him. I'm not doing it. It's your job. It's your job, chat. It's your job. Oh, I could just path these. If I just do that? Probably, right? I do want to play the other Beanstalk, though. I just think I path him. Get him out of here. I do think this is the whatever Agatha's Soul Cauldron list, so we do have to be careful. We have to be ready to exile the creature. Give me chat. Okay. We can agree that I'm the best. Obviously kidding, but am I? Sure. I got it. I was said they're definitely gonna activate. Wait a minute. Let's do it this way. Smile. I was like, why not just do it that way? So now we get the creature off the board. That got no value, really. And we can just march it later. Good job, team. We're proud of you. It's okay. When we pause and we think for a millisecond instead of just reacting on instinct, we can potentially be locked. Losing it. Ooh, Anti's a good one. Do I have a Sunfall? Oh, if it was a Sunfall, though, we'd have been so pumped, team. We would have been the champ. Please tap that. Another Beanstalk. I love drawing cards. It's my favorite pastime. That card kind of sucks. I'll be honest with you. Can march whatever they target here, I guess, because it doesn't die regardless. Turn. I would like for them to target the NT regardless. Sure. Maybe they will, because that thing already... Well, okay, never mind, I'm lying. It makes sense because, like, if I want to remove it, I kind of have to, like... If I kill it, they can put all the counters over on NT. But I'm upset about it. What? Oh, no, team. We're dead. We're so dead. We're looking for a creature under my yard. Taking 7 here. 8 here. Wow, it's so fast. Oh my. It's other creatures, right? Yeah. They're gonna activate into? No. Their card in hand's good. That sucks. That's tough. That's tough. Sure. I can Enganjo something. And go wild here. Go absolutely crazy. It's also, if they have a land, it's smart to not discard, because you might want to discard during this combat. You didn't mean to play a Ginger Brute, dude. No way. Uh-huh. Sure. I don't think this does anything, but might still be dead. You got a monstrous rage? That'd be sick, to be honest. Have it? You're willing to go for it. I believe in you. Sure. Okay. Last card. So confused on what the last card is. I mean, you got something, big dog. I don't know. What is up? Forest. Aldrin's tapped already. All right, boys. One. They untap and end the festivities, me? I'm upset. I mean, we gotta play that so we can do this, I guess. I can't play this for 2 mana. You are correct. They played too many haste creatures. I'm probably dead here, but it is what it is. In theory, I should be dead here. Okay. You didn't have to do it that way, though. That's tough, dude. That is brutal. Could have been a free matchup for us, honestly. And I don't think exiling the Soul Cauldron was the answer. I think the way we played it was fine, but I could be wrong. I could be talked off that. I could be talked off that ledge. But, you know, it is what it is. My opponent goes first. I think his hand's fine, though. We'll keep. My black. I should be, like, weirdly fine. Yeah, it's mono black. The reason the matchup should be fine is because these Beanstalks. In terms of card advantage, like, Liliana's not going to be great. And I can kind of bomb it with this March. Now, tough part is going to be these Field of Ruins, that's for sure. Got it. If you click Field of Ruin and you click my land, it does get blown up. You guys think I'm being rude, but that's just what they're doing. So, you can do it. I believe in you. Sure. Card not super relevant right now, so I'll play my tap land, I'll play another Beanstalk, and I'll call it a day. Just need to hit lands and just out grind the Field of Ruin. Just make sure I have a land every time. Or they're just going to play 4 of them in a row. That's fine too. Temporary lockdown. You are good. But are you good enough? I don't think so. Do I march this? Probably, right? I did not mean to put temporary lockdown in this deck. Honestly, I'm pitching it here. Oh, it's 5. I'm pitching temp because I do not need my Beanstalks gone. I actually just put them in for some reason. I'm not sure why. Well, we know we can hit a land every turn. Now, they have, like, Field of Ruin options to kind of slow us down, of course. But and we're not even scared of a Planeswalker because we have the March. They probably have, like, 4 lilies. There's a life. Again, this life total, not the most relevant thing in the world. This one? Turn. They're gonna field ruin me here. This one. My last basic's a swamp. Even though I could technically draw it here, but now I know my cut down and march are both available. Don't really need this other beanstalk. I could technically draw out. Discard a card. This hand, I'm just gonna get rid of this Razor Verge ticket. I don't really need any more green mana. Kelly. Not Shelly, bro. Sure. My turn. I draw. Perfectly fine with me. Thus far, anyway. They have enough to activate Field of Ruin, by the way, in which it will take all of our lands away. So I'm going to hold my green mana here. I know I just talked about not necessarily needing to, but I also need to not just freely give it up, I guess. Realistically, what do I want to do? I'm just going to Sunfall it. It exiles this copy right away. I'll draw a couple cards. Sure. This is kind of the problem, is like, I can't really wait too long because any answer I have does technically make me kind of lose. I'm going to get rid of this Beanstalk. I don't really need it right now. The best card that we have in our deck right now is this Realm, because it's actually going to catch us back up in terms of getting cards out of their deck. Man, when you want to talk about a card being kind of bad in the matchup, this fits the description right now, that's for sure. You think maybe they're going to hold on to this Field of Ruin, waiting for my other man land, which, like, good for you. You know, you're killing it. I think it's smart to hold the Field of Ruin, especially when you have one and you know you have, like, way more things like Demolition Fields in your deck. But I'm going to go ahead and activate this. And guess what's in their deck? Field of Ruins. Sick. We're chilling. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. Nothing wrong with what's happening. Demo field. Now they might go ahead and just start barreling some stuff. You want to watch them get value out of their cut down finally? Oh no. Okay. I'm in there. Vicious. Look at it. Striking super hard. I'm gonna play this, I guess. No. Take this one. Oh no, they're gonna find out, chat. They're gonna find out. Virtues are pretty good in this matchup. Oh wait, robberies are great. Never mind, we're fine. Robberies should definitely catch us up in terms of cards, which is like a weird thing. With this and robbery kind of like floating around for us, in terms of like us losing to mill before they do, is pretty impossible, I think. I don't think there's really a world in which we do. The only thing I can think of, I mean, Lily's obviously good here. Player discards a card. Huh. Oh, discard this and Ganjo. Liliana helped me more considering I'm the Beanstalk player. We're trying to figure out what card to discard. Knowing I have no creatures, that makes sense. Because they don't play many either. They just play Shieldred, and Shieldred's currently exiled in their yard. Sure, this one. I have no idea. I just wanted to make it complicated. Does this make any sense at all? No. It makes no sense. Technically. But I'm having a good time. Are you? Again, I really don't care about this. I mean, I'm going to attack it, but I think I'd much rather just, like, do this. You know? Like, let's just draw a couple cards, hit that. Like, if they want to plus the Lily, let them plus the Lily, you know? Guns. I really do think it's going to come down to a mill game, which is kind of tragic to say so the list, but sure.
You're gonna need a good Undertaker.
Have a Celestis. Just kind of holding this Mirix. Maybe they'll like barrel this Field of Ruin for some random reason, or maybe I'll find a creature land that I can use to make them use it, because Mirix, obviously their life total doesn't matter. Ow. That the peril's pretty bad.
Don't overthink things.
Mill. 35 to 32. Just like that. We've already caught back up. I'll grab a swamp now. I'll stop trolling. Oh, sure. Why not? Yeah, there's a good one. Honestly, letting that ult seems like a horrible idea.
Do not touch me again.
How many cards do we want to draw, team? Ball's probably fine to go.
We all have things we
5. All right. 9 cards. I'll take 9 cards. I'll take 11 cards. I don't know what you have in your deck. Even though I just played it, I should know. Oh, outrageous robbery. Sweet. Genuinely? Just why not? Why not? This one. Don't worry. The only reason I actively did it is because I want to hit their other robbery, so they don't have that option, and I'm just going to robbery mill them. Very cool. Very cool. Okie dokie. This actually went longer than I thought. I'm still on that same kind of plan as I mentioned yesterday. If you don't know, we had like severe weather warnings that our power would technically go out. So this video, including the last one I did, was going to be a little bit shorter. I might end up sticking that trend just for a little bit. Oh, spelled Abzan wrong. I'm just now realizing that. Whatever. It's fine. Who can spell anyway? But other than that, I am pretty happy with this list. I'll solve the problem, team. So yeah, the only change I really made is I put in 2 Path of Perils. I actually trimmed down on the deadly cover-ups, and the reason for that is because normally in this deck we're able to survive till we hit that 5 mana, 6 mana slot. And I think in our deck that we can afford to play Path of Peril just because of the fact we're already playing white. So it's not like we're splashing this and making it complicated where we have to have a Celestis in play, or we have to rely on this Realm Breaker to mill over a white source. We just have them in our deck. So I'm totally down to play this, especially because as we all know early in the seasons, Convoke's always super popular. Like, it's generally the most played deck. So I would love getting Path in here and just lowering down on this. I think the idea of trying to use this against Control and making that an upside that we can play when we can just put 4 Sunfalls in. I honestly almost like this card's really, really good. And it was really good in one of our matchups. I almost don't know if this shouldn't just be a farewell. Could be wrong. I'm down to be wrong on that idea. But playing 1 in comparison to playing 3 and doing the kind of exile plan is definitely a lot different. I do typically like to do that, but I'm just not sold. Or if I'm playing this, maybe I'm supposed to do something like this and still truly play 2 of these, or like a certain amount of them. But we all know how good Sunfall is. A exile effect that's also a win con. I don't feel comfortable trimming on too much of them, so I keep them. Outside of that, I'm not going to keep this outro too long. I'm going to pull this back up because I'm whatever. I'm not going to keep it too long. I'm going to run over the deck incredibly quickly here and try to get us out of here, because if my power goes out and I don't get it uploaded, then I feel like I'm behind, but yet I was trying to be ahead. You know, very cool. Other than that, so we got the cut down obviously here for the early removal. That's the main threat that we need to use This is for the main threats that we need it to be used on to make sure we get to the Path of Perils and Sunfall and the Deadly Cover-Ups. Other than that, these 1 mana spells, or 5 mana spells, as they will be most of the time, are in here to trigger our up to Beanstalk. The Beanstalk triggers if you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater. We're not doing anything cheesy like trying to play Leyline Binding or anything like that. We're just strictly relying on our board wipes that are good enough to trigger it, our Outrageous Robbery to trigger it, or spend a little extra into our March in order to trigger this. Sometimes it's actually card advantage if we're able to pitch 1 card to this. Well, sort of card advantage. You go 2 for 2, like you use 2 cards, you draw 2 cards. But if we have 2 copies of this and we use a March and we pitch, say, a Sunfall or something, then we can actually draw 2 cards there. Same with this March. Say we put 3 mana, but we spend 5 and we pitch, we go for the throat instead, and we have 2 of these in play. We actually replace both of those cards, and it feels very, very good. Other than that, Beanstalk, as we all know, is a powerhouse. It's banned in Modern for a reason. It definitely has a way to drag out games if that's your intention, because you're able to be very kind of card inefficient, because this just carries you out of that pit per se. Other than that, we got Go for the Throat, pretty good. You could argue that this does need to be diversified in terms of we should be playing like a Bitter Triumph or like a Long Goodbye or something. Just making sure that we aren't stuck on the fact that we can't remove an artifact creature. However, we do have 8 other ways to do that. 10 other ways. A lot of other ways to do that. So it shouldn't be the biggest thing in the world, but if you want to really be efficient, you can definitely trim one of these. Also, Bitter Triumph can straight up just answer a Planeswalker, so you could argue that as well. Outrageous Robbery is our biggest kind of win condition. I think we saw in that last game. It mills our opponent if we need it to. In retrospect, like, not really what it's for. It's to take our opponent's cards and win with their cards. But if we take all their cards and they have no cards, we still win that way. So very cool there. And it's kind of our only out to control. This deck's pretty soft to control. The only real thing that you have going for you is if you Beanstalk and you card advantage them. But if they Jace mill you, good luck. Beanstalks become your worst nightmare. You can't really grind back from that. And this deck will suffer from that in best of 1. Other than that, we got a pass. We already talked about Realm Breaker for the control matchups, or trying to just get lands in general against the mid-range decks. Like Golgari is a good example where this card can find a lot of value. But since they've been playing the 3-drop, it definitely goes down a little bit, because they can just main deck use a creature that will blow this up. So it's not as reliable as it might have once been in that matchup. Plus, this being a one of in a lot of control decks, it's filtering, it's life gain, it's helping us make sure our mana is right. Outside of that, the rest of the deck's pretty self-explanatory. Ton of lands. We got 4 creature lands here, 4 Mirrexes here to make sure we have a back-end way of grinding out the game when we're both empty-handed, or I have cards just ready to remove any threat and just need to get our damage through to win the game. Outside of that, I do hope all of you enjoyed. That's going to be all for me today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.